Hey Fletcher, I was just looking at your serve in slow motion and it's looking a lot better. You made some really good improvements in this power position here. You have a little bit abbreviated start position. You told me that you like that, and that's cool to do that. There are many examples of that on the tour. It's definitely an alternate variation that's acceptable. You can bring the arms straight up like this in an abbreviated fashion, right? And look at this nice stretch position here, beginnings of the power position here. Really good angle in your shoulders, loading the legs, good elbow position. Elbow, like at first glance, might look a little low, but it's actually because you have such a good tilt going on here, right? And this is a nice power position as well with your with your with your racket arm and your racket pointed up. So this is a lot better because before your elbow was dropping and then the racket was collapsing over this way. And if you see here, it's getting a lot better. You're cutting in. So we want you to cut in behind your head here with the edge of the racket. It's a good way to think about it. And you're doing that a lot better here. Look at this. So the racket strings are still a little vertical, and this is where I'd like you to kind of work on. Try to turn your wrist there, which is called, the technical term for supination. You want to try to supinate your wrist, get the strings facing the back of your head more as you're cutting in, so that when you get to the racket drop and the acceleration upward, that you go from supination to pronation later in the acceleration phase and not right now. You don't want to be pronating too early right now. So this is like a really common problem when kids go palm up and they start pronating, and sometimes they extend their wrist, sometimes they pronate their wrist early. And I guess theoretically you can lose a small amount of power that way. So we're just trying to prevent that. You usually don't see this palm up position with the racket facing the sky with most top servers in the world. Look at this great position with your eyes here, focusing on the ball. Really nice. See how your explosion is here. The timing of this racket drop is very good. I've been looking at a lot of videos recently, and you're starting to fire the legs for your age. I mean, this is pretty good. Like the legs have fully, you've left the ground here. Like this is positive. Even though you see how palm up you are there, how racket face up you are there. But look at the timing here. The racket's definitely dropping, but the legs are really firing here and getting a lot of explosion and pushing the racket deeper into the point of maximum external rotation, which is right about, more or less about now. You can see the stretch here in your shoulder, in the shoulder internal rotators. Big stretch here. And this is what you like to see, the racket down and the legs have fully fired and are fully extended. So the racket at this point is going to do a big catch up. The racket's going to accelerate big time upward like this, quickly up to the ball. So the legs have fired, the energy is moving up the kinetic chain, right? And you're going to get this shoulder on big stretch, get a lot of elastic energy here, right here. Look at your head position here. Really cool, really nice, like very pro position here. I'm not sure if this is a kick serve. It might be a kick serve, could be a flat serve. Looks like a flat serve. All right, but what a great position this is. You have cervical extension there. Probably, it's hard to tell from this angle, but very good lumbar extension as well. Sorry, good, thoracic extension, not lumbar extension. But this is like a lot of kids your age, around 10 years old, 11 years old. They don't have this this position where the legs have fired and the racket's catching up. The racket's already at this stage, and the legs are still on the ground. So this is like really kind of special for your age. You're special, dude. All right. This is interesting. You get in this particular serve, you fully exploded and stretched, and then you didn't hit the ball yet. So your body's actually, you got some good air time here. It looks like you're starting to drop as you hit the ball. So just try to get that timing right, where maybe get the toss down slightly, or hold your jump to the last moment. Because here it looks like you're kind of floating in air and then hitting the ball, rather than like hitting the ball now, or now, or now. And now you hit the ball and you're actually coming, oh, maybe, dude, you got some pretty good vert. Look, it's like a jump shot. For me, you spend, I think there might be a little power leak there where you're in the air just a little longer than you should be. And you just try to hit the ball fractionally earlier so that you're not hanging there and like power dissipating. Still pretty good though, because you're not, yeah. Interesting. All right, you got a pretty good hang time there. Let's see the landing. This is not so good. You go up both legs, and at this moment, the back hip, the right hip, should extend. The leg should extend backwards, like the scorpion move. And instead, the opposite happens, like a soccer kick. So you actually have, let's see, you have not really hip flexion, but you have just kind of neutral. There's no hip extension for that counterbalance, and that it also helps to tilt your trunk forward, that hip extension backwards. So like right now, your hip you should be starting to think about hip and foot going back. So you got to work on that position. You can see you're a little scrunched here, a little bit scrunched. You could get a little better extension here, and you would see that if the lower leg if the hip extended and this came back, you would have a better straighter line here at impact. That's not bad though. At this point, it's not bad. It's everything kind of collapses afterwards. Like look at your right. No, it's not good, because look, the right leg is straight, but look at the left leg. The left leg is crooked, it's bent. The left leg should be fully extended up towards impact here. So you are a little scrunched, like a kind of like a folding lawn chair, like a pocket knife. You don't want this pocket knife. It's blocked. Your right leg blocked your left there, but you can see it here, where your left leg is bent, and you're not fully extended at impact here. But it gets worse after the impact. So you have impact, and then you really start to fold and fall, folding and falling to the left. From this angle, you don't see it quite as good, but your whole body is way to the left. Your head's falling to the left. Your body's falling to the left. Your hips coming out to the right. Your foot's coming towards the camera here. Look, I can see the bottom of your foot here. That shouldn't happen. That foot should be facing straight back, not towards the camera. So your whole body's askance here. Your whole body is twisted. Got to work on that landing, even though the foot is planted well. This position is good, except it's all crooked. Your back is, maybe it's not, your back is pretty flat here, almost parallel to the court. Like you'd like to see a little bit better posture here, even though like the basic structure is good, like in terms of now you have the kickback, now you have the left arm counterbalancing there. The head is, you're trying to get the head up to look, but look how it's just a little crooked. So if you could just clean that up, be a lot better on the end. You'd be better prepared for shots. Kind of like this is a pretty good posture, but you were already down, and then you came up. You'd like to be here from the very beginning, not going down, left, and then. All right, buddy. I like this finish here where you bring the racket to the left pocket. That's gonna help reduce stress on your shoulder. You have a nice internal rotation here, long axis extension, and then you come to the other side to take the load off your shoulder. That part's good. So there's a lot of positives here. Big improvement here. Got to keep working on cutting in here. Big progress on that, because, remember the last work that we did, you were just dropping the racket like this way and down. It was and you did such a great job working on that. Keep working on this other stuff. Try to get the extension. Don't pull to the left. Work on this, try not to crumple here on the landing. All right, I'll see you soon.